In this video, we're going to look at how we can move a digital asset using a workflow based on a property on the digital asset. So for example, we'll look under We Retail, English, People, Women's. We have a digital asset named Women's 6 JPEG. Look under the JCR content, we can see that we have an archive property. It's of type Boolean and it's set to true. So this is the property that the workflow is going to be examining, and then if it's set to true, as shown here, the digital asset will be moved from the current folder into another archive folder. So right now we're going to look at the Java logic for the custom step for this workflow. So we can see that we have a custom step that implements workflow process. It's going to use R6 annotations, so we have add component here, and this is important. Notice the property at the on the add component annotation. It's process label my archive step. This is important because this is what shows up in the workflow UI, and this is how you invoke this custom step from the workflow. So looking down here, we have the execute method. What's happening is we're going to get the payload, and then so right here we get workflow data, item, workflow data, and then we're going to get the path to the workflow data. So we're going to do a little bit of logic here to strip away a slash, and then we're going to pass it to a method in the custom step called write to DAM. In the write to DAM method here, we notice that it's getting the path to the asset. At this point, data path 1, new location. And this is going to be used to read the archive property as shown on line 150. So it's checking to see if the asset has an archive property. If it does, it's going to enter this if statement. Then it's going to check its value. So if it's true, then it's going to enter at line 160. So right now you can see that within the if statement, we're going to create a new asset manager instance. Then we're going to define the location to where this API is going to move the asset to. So notice here, it's content DAM my archive, and then we're concatenating the file name to it. So then to move it, what we're going to do is we're going to invoke the asset manager's copy asset method, and then we're passing in the original location and then the new location. And then as per our requirements, we want to delete the original asset. To do that, we're going to invoke the asset manager remove asset. So right now we're in the running folder, so we're going to choose running Desert Woman, click workflow, select move asset, click start. Now we'll go to the inbox. There's our asset. We're going to click on it, click complete. So notice the next step is our process, click OK. So now we should see that the asset's been moved to my archive folder. So if we go back to assets, so here's the my archive folder. We'll select it. And then you can see here's the running Desert Women asset that the workflow has moved from the original location to here. So if we go back to my retail, here it is. Let's refresh and see if it's gone. It should be gone because the workflow will have removed it. So let's refresh this. Now you see that asset is gone from the running folder. So you can see that our workflow has successfully used the Asset Manager API to move the image from the running folder into my archive. So if we refresh this, we'll see it there. So there it is. So thank you for watching this video.